aim for. You're not going to want to go and just end up working in one company. You're going to stay there for a bit. If you don't get that promotional opportunity there, if you don't get that promotional opportunity, you're going to move to another company, and this is going to be your selling point. So this is some of the pluses about being a project manager, that you get this diversity of projects to work on. Okay, so for a salary figure, again, so here in the US, project manager can make anywhere from between 70,000 to 100,000 a year. Depends on what university that you have graduated from, because obviously you need to have your bachelor's or your master's degree combining it with the PMP, right? So it can range anywhere, entry level. Again, I'm referring to entry level. So, and um, I do want to mention one thing, is that I would find I would always suggest that you combine your PMP degree, um, or your certification with some other experience. So for instance, if you're going in for a job interview and let's say you have an accounting degree or you have an IT degree, or human resources, combining it with the PMP, it's going to give you more value. So you can come in and you can say, you know what, I have IT background, plus the same time I have project management experience. So it's going to give you more value as a candidate when you're going through the interview processes. I hope this helps you guys.
Wonderful. Thank you, Apu. That was a wonderful insight to what is project management and why people should do it. Um, um, I One thing I wanted to mention is in E2D world, the way we're trying to approach project management is we're all education entrepreneurs, and we use project management as a tool to launch our entrepreneurial ventures. So, Erica, you've been helping me to launch an entrepreneurial project um, through entrepreneurship through project management. Can you tell us a little bit about what's been going on at E2D and how we're trying to launch it, and how our program is going to be very unique from any other program?
Or which one? Which project? The second one?
Our project management entrepreneur launch studio.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so currently we're working on this program whereby um, entrepreneurs will be able to join this program, learn from the techniques and strategies other from different entrepreneurs from around the world. And the good thing about this program is that it has a guaranteed earning. So not only will you be learning by the time that you finish this certificate, or by the time you get certified by this traveling studio learning, you will also be guaranteed like 50% of the cost that you are basically spending. Like, for example, right now, it if you want to join, it's going to be $2,000. But once you're certified with this program, there's going to be $1,000 guaranteed earning. Of course, there's a if Barry said like the product should be at least or at most $20 each. But the thing is, and the good thing about this is that not only will you be able to learn and be guaranteed an earning, but you will also be mingling with different entrepreneurs from around the world, which would allow you to gain more experience, more strategies. You learn how the different entrepreneurs are working from around the world. You get to add that to your skills and to your strategies and apply it to yourself.
Thank you, Erica. That's a good insight to how we're trying to design. But one
Mhm.
thing I wanted to mention is as we're designing it, so it's not earning, rather for people who are trying to think that this is your job, you can think that this is an earning, but this is actually you're selling your product to your first clients. So essentially, suppose you're selling something as part of this project, you will be at least selling $1,000 worth of this product that you have developed together with a global international community. But that's just the beginning. Hopefully, you will convince your peer launchers from all around the world, like Erica, myself, or others, to further invest on you. So that in business entrepreneurship world, there's two kinds of accelerators that exist today. One is the just a pure accelerator. You will hear about Y Combinators, who finds VCs for you, who's going to do angel investing on you, and then you'll also hear, if it is, I don't know if you're familiar with the idea of venture capitalist who actually finds this kind of projects and invests. So we're trying to guarantee that your first $1,000 will come from us if you're part of our program, because our goal is not to just teach you. Our goal is to also become your partner. So so typically a venture studio would do something similar, where they will guarantee you that they are also co-owner and co-partner on the launching of your project. So if you're successfully able to launch a project and product in international scales, you'd get your first cut from us, your first buy-in from us, so that you know that a group of people, you'll be successful at least launching it. And post-launch, it's your capability, and we'll be also supporting you with a team. So the biggest challenge an entrepreneur faces when they launch a project or a product is building that team. You already have the team when you're in this circle, and this team is multinational, and hopefully you're launching a multinational product. We want you to experience global in global context. Uh, did we lose Larissa? Are you here, Larissa, still? Why don't
I don't
I
see
think
her.
I think he's
Larissa, can you
on.
hear me? Hello,
No,
Larissa.
she's
Okay.
muted.
Larissa, unmute yourself if you can hear me. Okay, never mind. So anyway, and then I saw Raisa came in and left. So that was the idea of entrepreneurship. And Tulio, you're going through one of our training right now. Can you please tell us a little more about what's your experience on the training?
It's kinda I've been training, and I got kind of some experience with management, because right now I am kind of managing the social medias, and also I have some projects. So yeah, this training has been so useful, because you know how to manage things, you know how to think about all the stuff that you have to do. And something really interesting that I got is kind of, you have to think a lot about kind of the stuff that you're gonna do. You have to have a plan, you have to plan the things. And so I think it's so important for you to kind of create a project and to manage a project.
Thank you, Tulio. So Tulio is actually participating in a learning incubator right now. So what I'm gonna um, um, so the way this learning incubator is working right now, there's a group of, you saw that Bangla program. We found a bunch of youth like yours who are actually helping us run that Bangla program. So what we're trying to do that is, like, we want to double this program size, and we want to at least have 20% of this Bangla program students being able to cover their BRAC tuition fee as part of our training process. So we are known as the world's work study program. I'm not sure if you have had a chance to watch e2D World School's intro video. Our mission is to create one job at a time through education and entrepreneurship globally. And you'd always think in terms of global, just not in terms of your own country. So that's kind of what this is. Let's hear back reflection now. Larissa, oh, finally you're back. So we've been trying to find everybody with your reflection. So Larissa, you have been running on one of our education entrepreneurship um, uh, um, divisions for last few years, and you've experienced E2D from the beginning. Can you please give us some briefing on, like, what your experience has been like? So maybe from the beginning, how you came in as a foreign student and what E2D did for you. What did you do in return? and like how things has been evolving at E2D. Maybe you can take a perspective of our learning center, education learning center, which is Math Learning Center, Mathnasium. So you have a different view of it. Can you please share that experience?
Um, so I got an internship like at Mathnasium to pay for my school, like in exchange to basically to pay for my tuition in the 2-year college, and so I
And how
had to.
different from any other international students? When you came to USA as a Brazilian citizen, as an international student, how was your experience different from any other typical American international students?
I mean, international students are not allowed to work like outside of campus, and even on campus you're not even allowed to work on the first semester. The difference is that I was able to volunteer at Mathnasium with e2D, and in exchange I would get like the scholarship towards my tuition. But like other students, like any international students, is just like not allowed to work outside. That that's the
Yeah, you
difference.
became our community math fellow, uh,
Mm-hmm.
where you help students to learn math.
Mm-hmm.
In return, you were able to receive your tuition.
Yeah.
So that was the early stage. What happened later on?
So I did graduate with my 2 years degree, and then I wanted to transfer to a 4 year university, and then I was able to get loans from e2D. So I got loans from e2D to my 4 year degree, and when I graduated, I got my full time job, and now I I just like tried to pay back e2D and became a mentor to someone else, and just trying to do the same thing that I got from e2D. That's what it is.
Thank you, Larissa. So how is this similar to an American student? You were a Brazilian student in America, but
Mm-hmm.
if you're an American citizen, your work study experience, can you tell us about, could you do work study at your college as a international student?
If I You're saying like if I were an American, I mean if I were a citizen, I could work anywhere. There would be no restriction. There would not be like, oh, I need someone to sign off. Like,
The applications or employment efforts as a work study student at colleges, were you able to do that? See,
as in,
in Inver Hills, there was work study programs,
oh
right?
no, not for international students, just for
Yeah,
the
I
citizens.
was trying to point that, like, you came and almost did a work study or fellowship with E2D, which treated you like a world citizen, not like an American citizen.
Mm-hmm.
Versus if you went to Inver Hills, if you're not an American citizen, you will not qualify to get work study opportunities.
Right.
So that's the key difference. I found the same thing. I was in your same boat. Like I wanted to do the work studies. Like there's so many work studies, but sorry, you're not qualified because you're not an American. Even though if it was on campus, so you
Mm-hmm.
could do on campus shitty jobs. I'm sorry to say that word, but you could not do on campus
I
student jobs.
You're right. Like even on campus at Inver Hills, for example, there were only two job options. Three, I would say three, but the rest there is actually a lot of jobs, but just like for citizens, basically.
Yeah, for international students, almost there was nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, so so when you're at E2D, you become a global citizen. That's our mission, that you are a global citizen and you are treated like one. You're not treated like from America. You're not treated like from Bangladesh. You're not treated like from Australia or Philippines. You're treated that, oh, you're part of our community. So you are a world citizen and we exist in the earth and we should be able to support each other. One of the things that I wanted to highlight, the training that's happening right now, which is Tulio is part of. So a group about 8 or 9 of them, actually Kainat is also part of that training. 8 or 9 of them are putting together this training program. They're learning these things and becoming education global consultants, as they're paying these training fees are actually paid passed it to one of their members who will do the best in this program, and increase their hourly income as well as increase their tuition benefits in their own country. So that's kind of it's by the people, for the people, of the people. Given that, I'm going to play E2D World School's intro video for some of you who might have forgotten this video, because we always try to stick to that mission, who we are in core. So give me 1 second while I pull that up. So if you look up E2D, what is E2D World School, you'll see this video in YouTube that will kind of give you some understanding of what we are trying to do. All these things that we talked about, these are real examples of what happens in E2D World School. And this 1.5 minute video, which is made by E2D staff, and this kind of videos are being made all the time. So who we are, you can also go to our website. Larissa can type our website where they can go and find more of these videos and experiences. So here you go. Let's watch why E2D exists.
I sent the website as well.
Thank you. Are you able to see my screen, everybody?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Did you know that according to the International Labor Organization, 170 million plus people are reportedly unemployed in the world right now? What if there was an organization whose mission was to co-create one job at a time for every citizen of the earth?
E2D World School is trying to do this by connecting aspiring education entrepreneurs and students who want to experience work study in the global context.
In a true sense, we are the world's first public school and university where education is for the people, by the people, and of the people. You can study with us online or in your neighborhood. You can enroll in our high school, college, or university. But wait, there's more. No matter where in the world you're from, we provide you an international standard academic and work experience to learn from real teachers, mentors, and a network of friends who will help you learn and fund your learning experiences.
We are a global traveling school with financing available for all of our programs.
Our network of students and faculty finance each other whenever needed. At E2D, cohorts of students and friends participate in international work studies and build lifelong unique learning experiences.
The program design consists of a minimum of 1 study abroad per year and 2 years of field experience for graduation. Join us online every Saturday at 11 a.m. Central USA time for a fantastic lifelong learning session at worldschool.e2d.com. Together, we can accelerate your career. E2D. Experience, evolve, and develop.
All right, everybody. So this was, I'm at the end of today's session, and it's time for personal reflection. Every now and then we get a few new people and we reflect back on ourselves, what the heck we are doing. And this is one of those sessions. And hopefully for those who are returning or who are existing partners of E2D, this kind of rekindles why we exist. And for those who are here for the first time, you just reflect. So I'm going to go back to the first and second timers, whoever showed up today. After watching this video, after hearing everybody's story, how do you think E2D can help you? Which part of E2D is interesting to you? Any of you? Sound, please. Nudrat. Dishtanto, your sound, please. Dishtanto, your sound is turned off. There you go.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. We can hear you. Yeah.
All right. So after hearing from all of you, I think the most important part for me that is I can cope up with the world if I connect myself with e2D, because basically in Bangladesh, the culture and everything just limited in just Bangladesh. Like we never get to know about the whole world, how the world is working, how the things are there. We never know how the things are going outside. The Bangladesh literature doesn't show us that. But if I connect myself with e2D, I can learn what should I do if I go outside for the first time, or how can I help myself at this age. Um, and I think this is the most important part I felt. But yeah,
Love it.
I loved
Thank
it.
you, Dishtanto, right?
Yeah.
All right. So I loved your answer. So everybody, because we have limited time, try to be in one sentence how you think E2D can help you. So Dishtanto said E2D can help. If I translate you right, or if I summarize you, you said E2D can help me to be a global citizen. I think that's a big thing that about E2D. We are trying to make you see the world. So I'll go to Dripti or Drisho, whoever is ready. I think Drisho had a, yeah, go for it, Drisho.
Well, I think e2D can help me gain experience, which is like, which is very good for me, since since I have been planning to do something about marketing, or like about finance or about accounting. I think it's a great platform where I can like see myself actually going doing it.
Okay, that sounds excellent. So we call this experiential learning. We are
Yeah.
learning. We are learners. So Tulio could be your mentor, peer mentor. Tulio, you found somebody who is also interested in marketing. So
It's amazing.
and
that's good.
all of you, can you put your WhatsApp number into the chat room? You'll be added to global group. And Tulio and Larissa will add you to that. And now let's go to Dripti.
Yeah. Like,
In
first
one
of all, I'm very bad at expressing my feelings or like expressing anything. So yeah, like if I have to say something, that I'd say, like, I don't know actually.
No, so think about, I'll give you a clue. Think about what is one thing that you found very interesting about E2D, that you may like, oh, that's interesting. I would like to explore that a little more. So for whatever you have heard.
So the most interesting thing, like, I really like the part where children are learning Bangla and learning more about Bangladesh. So I found that thing very interesting, and I think I want to work with those children.
Cool. We would love to see that you also work with those children, because your age, all the teachers actually your age, they're showing
Okay.
up to teach all these international students whose Bangla is their second or third language. They don't need to know Bangla. They know English already, French already, and then Bangla is like, okay, if I need Bangla, this is cool. So thank you. That's a wonderful observation. We promote cultural diversity. So our programs include language programs and similar other things. So now it's open forum. Let's go. So we call this section yes and section. So some of you who may not know what does yes and means, it's like we build a story, or we can actually I'm going to get the story started because you three have given some interesting points, and then we'll rest of us will finish the story. So Nudrat said that she's going to become a world citizen at E2D. And hearing that, Drisho said, oh, when I'm becoming a world citizen, why don't I also do some world marketing of my products? And I will learn how to do marketing in the world context. And Dipti said, why don't I teach Bangla to the rest of the world? So these are three lines of three stories. So rest of us will actually add more lines to it. Who wants to start? From your point of view, what are your when you heard these three people doing what they're doing? Aliapu?
Yeah, I was just thinking, what is the the thought that came to my mind is that this could and turn this into a collaboration.
We'll be doing world collaboration.
Right.
All right. Larissa? Sound, please.
What was your question? Am I supposed to add what?
Like, people are saying their different stories, right? So for you, when you hear those three stories or four stories, right now, collaboration, global marketing, global citizenship, teaching global languages, what can you add to that? To that story?
Learn new cultures.
Learning new cultures. Okay. Just not one culture, learning multiple new cultures. Erica?
Expanding your network, not just within your country, but all over the world, which is very important these days.
Expanding network. Tulio?
Yes, and they can also help people around them, so they are not just going developing themselves, but who are around them.
Peer-to-peer help, peer-to-peer partners. Kainat? Kainat, sound?
I think it would be like a mobile phone. It's a little small, but everyone thinks it would be a small name, but it is the knowledge of whole world. I think.
Thank you, Kainat. It's a wonderful, thoughtful response. We're bringing the knowledge of the world on your hand on this platform. Raisa, I know that your internet connection has been chatty. Can you add to that?
If you don't mind, can I get the question again? I mean, I'm sorry, I have.
Everybody's adding what does e2D means to them. This is our closing statement. So personally, what does it mean to you?
E2D, E2D basically means it's education. It's a ground for basically facilitating with education for me. I mean, that's what I think. And
it's a learning facilitation platform.
yeah.
And you're not only able to facilitate others to learn, but also your own self. Nice job. Thank you so much. We are done for the day. And before we leave, we're going to do something very funny and interesting so that it can keep resonating for us a positive way. So everybody open up your mic, please. Please open up your audio. All right. So for next 1 to 1.5 minutes, we'll be doing use your hands, ladies. Girls and boys.
You sound so horrible. Yeah.
It's okay. You can laugh. You laugh about the horrible laugh itself. Okay. 1 minute of open laugh opens your heart up. And hopefully 60 minutes of e2D world open your heart 60 times bigger. That's it for tonight. We're going offline from live.